Happy Vlogmas!
Good morning, it's Barbara. Welcome to Advent. No, the third day of Christmas. 3 French hens. Takes me a while to remember. It's a rainy, dreary day. Rainy, dreary day. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee on the third day of Christmas. My first sip of coffee. This is like old times when I used to wait. I didn't used to wait. I used to record my vlogs the first thing in the morning when I had my first sip of coffee. That first sip is always the best. The first sip is always the best. Oh, well, yesterday I knit. It was so strange and very nice. I made my phone call. They didn't call me back. I don't know if they were there or not. I talked to answering service, you know, doctor's offices. I'll call again this morning. And then I knit. The first thing I knit was this. This is the gauge swatch for Dennis's fingerless gloves. She said one trick you can do is to knit one of the fingers in whatever size you're thinking of, and if it fits, you should be okay. I did the large. You can stretch really big because this is 2x2 rib. And Dennis thought it was a little big for him. He's like, it might fall off. I'm like, it's not going to fall off, sweetie. It's going to be attached to a whole glove. He's like, oh yeah. But he thought he might like a medium. He said, I usually, buy a medium. Before I lost weight, I was between a medium and a large. But now I really buy a medium. So I said, okay, well then I'll do a medium. I mean, who doesn't want to make a smaller glove, right? Get it done that much faster. So that was the first thing I knit. Second thing I knit, well, then I wound the wintergreen yarn for my hat. I've got this little tickle in my throat. And I don't know, a little out of order, I ended up making the wintergreen welt, which I think looks so great. I'm really happy with my hat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so now I need to read the directions because I've got to start decreasing for the crown. Although it isn't very big. I think I'm going to do a couple more rows. I've just messed up my hair. I'm going to read Verina's recommendations, and then I think I'm going to do a couple more rows. Now, I'm also keeping in mind that everything I'm doing now, I'm not going to be able to see when I put it on, because it's going to be all the way back here, but whatever. I am thinking, and you might as well give me your opinion. I am thinking, here, see my face? See all of my facial hair? Sorry about that. I am thinking of going back to the dark blue. And then going from there. But we will see what I get today. I guess I'm gonna... Oh, I'm going to open my botanical yarns and see. I still have all my yarns on my table. I'm feeling like this navy, though, I have to say. So this is the third day of Christmas. The next one that's not opened in botanical yarn is day 9. I had 8, 9, and 10 not open. I was like, gave up on it for 3 days in a row. After all those greens. This is pretty. I have really bad light here. You are actually seeing things way better than I can. It seems a little bluer and less purplish in my hand. It's more blue. Let's see. Let me see if I can find the one that matches. That was a snide remark. It's kind of next. It's more purple than that. But it's not as purple as these purples. It looks really kind of bluish. So this is a new color. Slightly bluer than you're seeing. It's a pretty color. It's very light. Yeah. As is expected. And these yellows are all the way through. All the way through. Even this pink has the yellow. So these yellows, that yellow is sort of one element that kind of combines them. It's that yellow, kind of a darkish yellow. All right, that's 4, 5, 6. I don't know where 7 is. And I can't remember what color I got yesterday. That's terrible. Is it this? No, I've lost the one I got today. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Maybe that's... Anyway, cheers. So that was my yarn today, and that doesn't change my idea. I'm going to do the navy blue from Megan next. Navy blue from Megan next. So then, crazy as it sounds, I started Dennis's fingerless gloves, which I'm knitting 2 at a time. This is the beautiful sock yarn that Megan gave me for Christmas, and it has 10% possum in it. Oh, I saw this on a reel on Instagram. You know, you get balls of yarn like this, and they have a band around here. You take the band off and you go boop, and then you have a normal kind of ball of yarn. Boop. So I booped them. It doesn't stay booped. Anyway, so this is the yarn Megan gave me. It's New Zealand yarn, and it's got possum. Waikiki. Waikiki. Instead of Waikiki, like Waikiki Beach, it's Waikiki. Ha 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 ha. I just got it. I'm so thick. So thick. But it has 10%, 55% New Zealand merino, 20% nylon, 15% alpaca, and 10% possum. So his hands are going to be so warm, and he won't have any excuse not to make me a fire. Because he gets cold. The thermostat is in this room with the fireplace, and so whenever we have a fire, the furnace turns off because it's warm. Which means he sits in his office and gets cold. And his hands get cold. So they're going to have fingerless mitts. So there you go. Look what I did. I cast on something and I was knitting. I did my welt, and I got these going. What I do with two at a time socks and fingerless mitts is I cast on one and I knit it. I think I had about 4 or 5 rows on one, and then I take it off. I just slide it onto a couple double pointed needles, and then I cast on the other one and do the same number of rows, and then I put it back. Put the first one back on the needle, and voila, 2 at a time. There you go. So I'm kind of shocked, to be honest. Where's the, hold on here, here's the pattern. This is the pattern I'm doing. Frankenfingers by Elizabeth Green Musselman. I've had this for quite a while, because of course Dennis has been asking for this for maybe 5 years. I'm terrible. That sounds so sad, terrible when I say that, and I think it's close to true. But anyway, I saw the pattern on the Fat Squirrel many years ago, and it's designed for self-striping yarn. Well, it was designed with self-striping yarn in mind. And I have some self-striping yarn, so it's always those fingers that sort of stop me. They just seem so fiddly and fidgety, and did I want to do them? That's my story. And, you know, I did that magic loop. Yeah. We'll see. So I'm going to put this little finger in my bag. But the yarn is beautiful. It's going to feel gorgeous. Dennis is going to love it. And I started a new project last night. I couldn't even believe it. I had trouble finding a needle. Oh, when I did my test, I did it with a number 1 needle. Size 1, US 1. And that's worked fine, because I didn't have 1.5, and I had to go. I have a couple things kitted up that I completely forgot that I did. You know, so I open these little bags, and it's not a project yet. But I have this beautiful yarn, and this beautiful yarn I think I bought this yarn, and I bought some for somebody else too, or else somebody gave it to me. I guess that's always the 2 options, right? Somebody gave it to you, or you bought it. But it's bamboo, and it's bamboo sock, and I had it kitted up like it was bamboo, like I was going to knit some socks. I had a needle in there, and I have the Rose City Rollers pattern, which I think would be very cute in those bamboo socks. But you know, anyway, so I ended up having this bag already, and I took the needle out of it because I hadn't even started. And I'm not above taking needles out of projects that have been sitting around for a very long time, because I have a lot of those. I have a lot of needles, but at some point you do start running out. Okay. So unless the pharmacy calls and the prescription is ready, I don't think I'm going to be going out today other than to walk the dogs, because it's a rainy day. And, yeah. We had a fire last night. It was so lovely, because yesterday was very damp. Very damp. So Dennis made us a fire, but I'm going to have to go out and get firewood from the pile and put it in the garage if I want another fire. And it's a rainy day. I wonder if that'll happen. No fire tonight. But that's okay. So Aura and I watched Sister Boniface last night. Boniface. She liked it, so I couldn't watch it after she went up, because I have to save them to watch with her. Because, you know, we're finding things that we both like, and so I'll save them. So I ended up watching Monk. Now, I never watched Monk when, I mean, I had seen one or two. I had never watched Monk, really, when it was on TV. But it's cute. And something you can knit to. Because I was looking for something I could knit to. Because I was knitting. And I think I'll just go back and start knitting again. And, yeah. So, happy third day of Christmas. 3 French hens, 2 calling birds, and a partridge in a pear tree. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. Stay safe. Oh, what was I going to tell you? Oh, yesterday I told you, you know, that the day before was so lovely with the serendipitous FaceTime. And the other thing was my nieces called. My brother has 2 wonderful, amazing daughters who are smart, beautiful, lovely young women. And Ella, the younger, lives in New York City. She just graduated from college last year. And she had flown to California where her older sister, Janine, lives. And they were together. And so they spent Christmas together. And with their aunt and cousins, they have an aunt and cousins on their mother's side who live in Santa Monica. And so they were all in California, and they called to wish me a happy, well, us all, Merry Christmas. And anyway, that was on Christmas Day. And they were off to brunch with their cousins, feeling very cheerful. And it was so lovely to hear from them. So I had this lovely day where I had this, you know, butt call, wonderful little 5 minutes, and call from my nieces. And that's that. And I was sitting there afterwards thinking, oh, what a lovely day. And it was Christmas, so it was nice. Oh, I'm sure that was so fascinating for you that I interrupted myself. Oh, well. I can always cut it down. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please. Stay safe and stay safe.